Hello and welcome to Travelin Young.
My goodness, we're here.
Yeah, it's been just a couple weeks.
Just a few days.
But this is a very special video that we're putting together because as you saw from the thumbnail, it's about our trip to Nuuk, Greenland.
Greenland, we went to more than Nuuk.
Yeah, but this first video is Nuuk. Then I'm going to do a second video about Ilulissat, and then a third one about Kangerlussuaq and just general tips on traveling to Greenland. But this one is about Nuuk, and it's going to be posted on the 5th anniversary of the very first video that we posted on Travelin Young, which was Iceland, which, as I've talked to people since coming back from Greenland, they've all said, is it like Iceland? And I say, go watch our first video. Yeah. And then you can watch now this video, and there you go.
Exactly, compare.
And you'll see, and the next two, you'll be able to compare.
See what you think.
So this week on Travelin Young, Maya's not with us.
No.
She's fine.
She was not invited.
Just wasn't on the trip. So she's not in this video. Miranda and I, no brisket, no Maya, as we travel to Nuuk, Greenland on Travelin Young. Okay, here we are in Nuuk, and we're about to go on our first excursion of the trip. We're going to get on one of these boats back here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go fishing. We're going to catch fish, hopefully, in theory. I'm guessing they will help us, because the odds are we both stink at fishing, because that's not something we regularly do, and by I mean that, I mean I probably haven't gone fishing in like 30 years. Anyway, we're going to catch fish, then they're going to take us to a restaurant where they're going to make the fish that we caught for dinner, catch and eat, as our first excursion here on Nuuk. I'm very excited, and we're going to take you along for the ride. There's a lot of fish.
You got 2 redfish.
I got 2?
Redfish.
I got 2?
What? What?
Whoa.
Wow! Oh my
Oh, they're quite big.
Se der en ved siden af.
Careful of the hooks here.
No way!
What? Måske manden eller kvinden.
That is insane!
How do you get the other one?
Hooks.
Okay.
Okay. Here. No.
What about the other one?
Oh, the other one.
Oh, he came off.
It came off.
Det var en superfangst.
It doesn't look.
Så var det da godt, vi aftalte.
Nej, hvor er du dygtig, Miranda.
Det var godt, vi aftalte.
Ja. Det var min første gang. Ej, den er flot.
Så var det pludselig interessant.
Ja. Fuck it, dog.
Der er en pose her. Der er en pose her, Miranda. Last time was a bust. He's gonna try again. What do you think so far?
Fantastic. So there's a few bugs here, huh?
I kind of forgot about the existence of Arctic mosquitoes, and there's a lot of them.
All right. But we're at the restaurant.
We are.
As it says right there.
Yes.
You caught 2 fish, I caught 0 fish. And we're going to eat probably fish that other people caught. At least I will.
We will.
But let's escape the bugs.
It was fantastic. Can we go inside?
this, he immediately jumped up on the couch to sit next to us.
Everybody's always concerned about the plight of Brisket, but here he is.
He is.
Living his best life.
Right here.
He's doing all right.
Wishing he was in every video. When he is,
Yes.
since this is the first one we've done it on. All right, so you just saw us come back from fishing, which was really cool, except I caught 0 fish, as you saw.
Dude, I caught 2.
And we got to eat the fish. It was amazing.
did.
It was a really, really neat experience. And then what we did next is, although it's slightly out of sequence, but we then went to see puffins.
Yes.
And I had always wanted, and I think when we were in the Faroe Islands, we saw a single puffin fly by.
Well,
Maybe.
and we also, like when we were in Iceland, we went to the nesting grounds, but it wasn't the right time for them. So we saw where they were supposed to be, but we didn't actually see puffins.
So from Nuuk,
Yes.
you can take a boat, which was a small boat, and it was very rocky.
That was
That
probably
was
the rockiest.
where I felt the most of my
It was
motion
definitely
sickness.
all over the place.
It was for like an hour.
Yeah.
Until we got to this island that you can't get off the island because it's so small and it's just like kind of
There'd be
cliff
no place
things.
to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't have great video from this because we were on a boat the whole time and I couldn't zoom in. If I zoomed in on my camera, you'd just be like, whoo, in picture, out of picture. So you couldn't really. So there's some footage from a distance.
Yes.
But what I am going to show you is pictures because I also had my still camera and I took a whole lot of pictures.
So you were going Nat Geo, National Geographic.
It took me, we were there for maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And it took me, I'd say, about 30 minutes to get the hang of like how to follow the puffin and get a picture of it while it was flying. And I got some good ones of these puffins. There were so many puffins. It was crazy.
So many.
Flying all over the place. It was, so if you've ever wanted to see puffins, this time of year, we were there in July.
Yeah, that's the perfect time to
in
go.
Greenland, outside of Nuuk, it is puffin central.
Yes.
You didn't have to look hard. You basically just turned your head in one direction and they were everywhere.
It was them and also razorbills was the other bird that was there. And I just spent the whole time staring at the rocks because they had this really awesome, I think it is a mica schist. It's the coolest looking rock I've ever seen in my life. So between the puffins and the rock, I was having the best day.
Yeah, and then it was a very small group of us. I feel like there were 3 other people there, maybe. I'm going to say 3.
Yes, 3, because there was a couple.
And he's like, well, we can hang out longer and just see the same thing, or we can go back and try to see a whale. And we saw a whale on the way back, actually. So here's a picture of the whale that we saw. No video of the whale. Here's a picture of the whale we saw. So it was just a really neat experience. And so that was like one afternoon. Like I think we left at like 3-ish. So most of our activities were in the afternoon. Yeah. So in the morning, we could walk around Nuuk and do other things.
And that was early in the trip, too. And I was like, man, how's it going to get better than this?
Yeah, I mean, it was super. Day 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Checking out 1,000 puffins and a whale. I mean, we weren't even trying to see whales and they were there. And this is in Nuuk. Wait till you see Ilulissat. But so amazing. So we got to see all these puffins. And I mean, it was such a cool experience. So great to take pictures and see these things.
And they were super cute.
Yeah. So then the next day, we then went on another tour. So every day we do some kind of tour. And in this case, we went up the fjord. The fishing was one direction. The puffins were another direction from Nuuk. And then this was basically past the fishing, north a little bit further. And here is some video of us with some music, checking out the fjord.
All the icebergs.
All the icebergs. And then we thought, I remember we were like, oh my God, an iceberg.
Like, wow, look at these icebergs.
And then we went to Ilulissat. Hold on tight for that next video. But it was still cool to see these as we're like kind of like on a boat going around these icebergs and chilling out.
I remember thinking like, wow, these are so big.
And there's this, go ahead.
And just like, I didn't know what was coming in Ilulissat.
Yeah. And then one of these spots, by the way, there's these like 2 mountains and it's calm. You'll see this in the video. And I used to do, so this is what I tell people. I used to do puzzles with my mom. Growing up, we'd like get puzzles, and in the summertime, we'd just like do a couple puzzles. One time we like glued it all together afterwards. I don't know if it's still at my parents' house, but anyway. And they'd always be these landscapes. So there's these moments in life where I see something and I refer to it as a puzzle picture. Yeah. And this was, the whole trip was full of puzzle pictures.
Even I said like a couple times, I was like, oh, we should have this made into a puzzle.
Yeah, so that moment on the boat, super calm water, these 2 mountains and stuff, it felt like we were living in a puzzle.
It did.
It was amazing. So that is what you're about to see as we go on the fjord outside of Nuuk. All right, so there you go. Such a beautiful
Oh,
place.
it's so beautiful. And that was so early on in the trip, and I was already like overwhelmed with how cool it was. And yeah, it's just beautiful.
It's and photos and video cannot.
It
even
doesn't do it
capture
justice.
how
No,
amazing it is
not
when
at
you're
all.
there, and
Yeah.
all these and Nuuk. Out of all the places we went, I felt like we were seeing more islands and stuff, and going around all day. If you look
Yeah.
at it from the sky when you're flying in, just all these like islands that are just basically mountains, and I mean it's incredible. It's just so
Yeah.
neat to see from the water,
It's
from the
super
sky. Incredible. So then, basically, those are the 3 excursions that we did:
Yeah.
the fishing, the Puffins, and in the fjord. But then in the mornings those days, what we did is we actually went to visit like museums and stuff and walked around Nuuk. So I put those things together right now. So we're going to first show you the art museum, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
not very big, but it's
No.
very cool. Like there was a lot
I
of
really
rooms.
liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice.
Yeah.
And it was like basically we stayed at Hotel Nordbo. It was like basically
Right,
right
next to
outside of our hotel. And one of the mornings we saw that. So you see this in a moment. And then after that, you're going to see the Greenland National Archives and National Museum. And that was also really nice.
Yeah, that was so. I learned so much. I'm one of those people that reads all the placards and things when I go through. And I think actually one of the most interesting things I saw was an exhibit about maps and how they portray Greenland in maps. And I actually saw Greenland laid out in a different orientation that I'd never seen before. And I was like, oh my gosh, that like blew my mind that I saw a different orientation of Greenland from the Mercator map, which is what we always see.
But then they had like sample of what homes would look like
Yeah,
and clothes and toys for kids. They had these mummies that were like hundreds of years old that were there.
The clothing was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I had a not so great camera in dark lighting, so bear with me in this section of it.
You did the best.
I mean, I have multiple cameras, and I didn't have my bigger, nicer camera
Yeah.
at that part. But hopefully you can capture and see what it is. Then after we left that, we then walked around. And there's this one place that we visited that actually is the spot that Mette Frederiksen and Macron and stuff were at recently when they did that press conference in Greenland. And then there's this hill where you see basically the only main church there.
Yeah.
And we have footage of this. And then the last thing you're going to see here is basically the government parliament building. And that's the
which is
very
just like
last
right
tiny-
downtown.
Yeah, right downtown. It's not very big. So that's a little bit of Nuuk. So you'll
Yeah.
see basically the museums and a little bit of the city up on this hill where there's the statue of the person who founded it and all this stuff. So that's our little stroll through Nuuk and the museums right now. that's it. That's Nuuk.
That was it.
That was our
That was it.
3 days, 3 full days. We arrived on
Yeah.
a Monday.
Yeah.
Then we had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we flew to Ilulissat on Friday morning.
Yeah.
Basically. So that was our 3 full days in Nuuk.
Yeah, and I thought it was worth it to go. I mean, obviously it's the capital city, so they've got things to do. I even went to the gym twice, and they have a really great gym there in Nuuk if you're still wanting to keep up with your exercise. I was quite impressed with it. So it was kind of fun to go and work out and like check in from a gym that's like up close to the Arctic Circle. So
Yeah.
that was fun.
And one of the things that didn't get to happen is we were supposed to go back to Nuuk.
Oh, yes.
I won't get into all this now. We'll save this for the
No.
last video, but I'm just going to say we were meant to be there for one final night and morning.
Yeah.
And that morning I was going to go to this place to buy some Greenlandic beer to bring back because I didn't want to buy it at the beginning of the trip and have to carry it on every flight we went on. And I was going to go and do a little tour of all the places that Conan O'Brien went to. Which is nothing amazing, but like he stood in one spot and he's like, hey, this is where there's one of the 2 stoplights. And in this one spot, he like interviewed these kids and he gave them a MAGA hat, but it said "Make America Greenland" also. And like he gave them really old McDonald's because he said, "Oh, you want McDonald's?" And he gives them like 3-day-old McDonald's because there's no McDonald's there. And then there's another spot where he puts a for sale sign.
Oh, it was so bad.
And then he goes and visits the Parliament.
Yeah.
So I have that video where you saw where the Parliament was, where he tries to bribe the person to buy Greenland.
If you've never seen that video, you
get on
have to watch
YouTube
it.
and look at it. It's so funny. Well, you're on YouTube now, obviously.
Yes.
So just scoot over
Scoot
to
over
the search
and
when you're
watch
done with this and watch Conan O'Brien in Greenland. It's hilarious. And so he visited Nuuk and we went to, it's not a very big place, so it's very easy.
Yeah, it was easy.
So it would have been like 15 minutes to go to all these spots that he went to, but it was kind of fun having seen that video and be, oh, this is where Conan O'Brien was. So this is where he talked to that guy who did that Arnold Schwarzenegger imitation and all that stuff. I mean, very funny. So check that out. That was it. We didn't get to do that part. I apologize. You can blame the weather and.
But you know what? We're just gonna have to go back.
Well, we will. We will. I think it's likely we'll go back. Yeah. Because I want to go back in the winter. But
exactly.
Anyway, that is it for Nuuk. So our next video that I'm hoping to post in 2 weeks will be from Ilulissat, which is its own wonder and amazing set of adventures that we had with our 3 days in Ilulissat.
Paradise.
Amazing.
Yes.
But that's Nuuk, which was still a great start to our, what was in the end a 10-day trip to Greenland.
Yes.
And we're glad to share it with you on our 5th anniversary of the first video we ever posted. Let us know if you've ever been to Greenland. If you haven't, let us know when you're going to go, because you should go. Greenland's amazing, and that's where we'll end it.
Yes.
We'll see you
Have a good
later.
time.
Bye-bye.